What's going on, Jets fans? Welcome back to another video. We have some really interesting, controversial, and kind of insane news coming out of Twitter related to the Winnipeg Jets, involving news regarding why Patrik Laine wanted out of Winnipeg so badly. We finally have our real hints, an actual lead, and rumors surrounding why his main reason why he wanted to leave, and it's honestly pretty shocking. Now, before we get too far into this and to me explaining all these reasons, I haven't really ever plugged this before, but if you guys want to be more involved in my socials, see my opinions regarding more roster moves, lineups, and whatnot, things that I won't make into a video, more of just like the little day-to-day news that comes out regarding the team, definitely go follow me on Twitter. My link to my Twitter account is in the video of every description, so definitely go down there to the description and hit that link and give me a follow on Twitter if you want to be just involved with more news and seeing the things I talk about, more opinions that I have regarding this team in the NHL. But without any further ado, talking about the main reason why Patrik Laine wanted out. Drum roll, please. Blake Wheeler. And that is exactly what if you're feeling shocked by that, confused what I mean by that, I'm going to explain it to you because this is a lot to unpack and it's very, very interesting. And I wonder how much substance to this rumor there actually really is. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. But this is coming from the Hockey Hound Show on Twitter. Breaking news. In a Finnish publication, I don't know how to pronounce that website, but I'm going to say this, and they say have it from an inside source within the team, claim that the Columbus Blue Jackets forward Patrik Laine wanted out of the NHL Jets organization due to mistreatment by Mark Scheifele, Blake Wheeler, and Paul Maurice. Full statement below. And when we go into that statement and actually click it and give it a read, it says that the Finnish publication, again, the name of the newspaper that pronounces it, I'm not good with my Finnish pronunciations, I don't want to butcher it, citing the sources that claiming that Patrik Laine was mistreated by forwards Mark Scheifele and Blake Wheeler, and that Paul Maurice was too weak to defend him. Wheeler felt his position on the right side of the number one chain was threatened because of Laine's was originally a right winger. Wheeler also wasn't enthusiastic that a young man from Finland would become almost as popular in Winnipeg as Teemu Selanne. Outside the rink, Wheeler and Scheifele threw sand at Laine's skates in almost every possible way. Wheeler in particular was a master at speaking behind the backs of a Finnish young man for the things that he certainly did not want in public. Now, this is an insanely weird and crazy story to come to, because I've kind of had this superstition, weird feeling that Blake Wheeler behind the scenes isn't this amazing captain that the media, that we all see him to be on the bench and on the ice, and I cannot give you any reason for why I thought that. And I have a Blake Wheeler jersey. I love Blake Wheeler, but nonetheless, I feel like there's just something within that room that we don't see a side of with Blake Wheeler that affects a lot of the way this morale of this team plays, especially within the youth. We've seen it in the past with rumors surrounding Blake Wheeler all the way back to when Evander Kane wanted to trade out of Winnipeg. One of Evander Kane's big reasons why he wanted out was because of mistreatment from Andrew Ladd and Blake Wheeler, and Dustin Byfuglien at the time as well, but from mostly the team vets. Now, this is what makes this interesting, is because that goes back to kind of what happened with Trouba in a sense, is that Trouba wanted more of an increase in his minutes, and he didn't get that, and then that's kind of when all these trade rumors ramped up about him wanting out, him wanting to go to America, wanting to be closer to his girlfriend and whatnot. But all these things always come back to mistreatment, these rumors of mistreatment of these young players. It's going back years now into the organization, and to have it come out now and be about Laine, it makes a lot of sense in a lot of areas. I could see why they thought this, him being in the slump back in after the playoff run, affecting all of his morale, going into the lineup, and just him wanting more increased minutes while not playing that well in a slump. You know, all the media mismanagement that happened with him talking, all the stupid TSN clickbait that was regarding about his slump and how he sucks, and all this drama in the room. All of this looks like it could potentially be true. And although I'm going to say this right now, I have looked into this Finnish publication article and the website where it's from, and there have been times where they have over-exaggerated rumors to get clicks on especially Finnish players in the NHL. So could all of this be potentially true? Absolutely, anything can be true in today's day and age, but nonetheless, take everything with that I'm saying with a grain of salt, because we really do have no idea if whether any of this information is true, or if it's just being blown out of proportion, and that maybe Wheeler and Scheifele were harder on Laine in slumps, and he didn't like that, and that's why he wanted out. Like, there could be tons of different ways this could be worded, and we're going to have to wait until one day Patrik Laine, Blake Wheeler, whatever happens. But what I think is really interesting is the fact that they say that Paul Maurice was too weak to defend him. That is disgusting, in my opinion, because if Paul Maurice is really coming down to the point where he's been whipped by the captain, and the whole organization has been at this point, and that kind of gets back to what I hearkened on in the Patrik Laine my trade reaction video, because I said that I think it's disgusting how much loyalty this organization has to its coaching staff and to its management from Mark Chipman and down. I don't understand any of that, and this is just kind of, again, blowing my mind in that sense. If you have a head coach who's too weak to protect your young, talented, all-star, like, I don't understand. Like, it doesn't even make any sense to me that you're going to have Blake Wheeler and even Mark Scheifele, who I thought was a really fantastic dude. The hell, the guy doesn't even swear, and yet now it's coming out that he's a bully in the locker room because he doesn't like attention and whatnot. We don't know exactly why Mark Scheifele wouldn't like it, other than the fact that Wheeler and Scheifele have had a really good chemistry and relationship basically their entire time in Winnipeg together, and that says a lot about maybe how Scheifele's loyalty is to Wheeler and what type of leader Scheifele can grow into the locker room. And, is Scheifele going to carry these habits that Wheeler has, probably taught him? And because everyone said Scheifele's going to be the next captain after Wheeler if he stays, do we really want to see a guy like this with this type of leadership skills being the captain again? If this is true, Wheeler should be stripped of his seat. But the point, again, the flaw in that is this organization doesn't have the balls to step in and actually put their hammer down and, defend their players. This is actually ridiculous. I don't even know how to, even come from any angle to defend this whatsoever. Like, if this is really true, and that he was jealous of the fact that he would become as popular as Teemu Selanne because he had the potential to be that, obviously not Teemu Selanne, but you know what I mean, not that, but he still was good. Like, I don't understand where this could be coming from. Really, I don't. He wasn't I hate reading that. Like, Wheeler was also not enthusiastic that a young man from Finland would become almost as popular in Winnipeg as Teemu Selanne. Like, that's disgusting. What does it have to do with the fact that he's Finnish? Does that have anything to do with the fact that he's Finnish? All these stupid rumors that are going to be coming out around this regarding the team and Wheeler is just going to bring more negativity to the club after already a lot of people saying that the Jets lost that trade on the surface level with Columbus involving Patrik Laine. And I still think they do because this is just proving my point. The organization failed Laine from the start. Pierre-Luc Dubois could be turned into the next Wayne Gretzky. It doesn't mean the fact that Laine was failed from the moment he was drafted by an organization that clearly doesn't give two shits about young talent properly. We're supposed to be a draft and development team. That's what we've been from day one. And now we're giving Wheeler these $8 million contract raises and Brian Little contract raises, even though he should be retiring or looking at retiring soon. What is this crap? Is this really what the team is? I've always thought this, and there have been rumors surrounding this for years, but seeing something like this come out and kind of, really put it in writing that Wheeler and Scheifele, there's a bad locker room vibe towards the young players and certain player treatments and certain style of playing. What does it have to do with the fact with Roslovic? What about, Trouba that wanted out? Vander Kane, like I said back to with Ladd and Wheeler. You can go to any situation where there's been drama surrounding the Winnipeg Jets and now look at it and be like, well, shit, if this is real, then Wheeler has been a piece of shit for a long time and really dragged this team down in the amount of the people that want to come here. Maybe there's a reason why Nick Petan didn't have a career. Maybe there's a reason why Marco Dano didn't get into the lineup, but other guys did that shouldn't have been. You could go throughout the history of the Jets 2.0 and look at flaws in where young players were never developed and misused and mismanaged. Was it, Maurice not really wanting to play them, or was it Maurice not having the guts to tell Wheeler that, you don't make the lineup, I do? Now there's so many questions I have regarding this. I can't wait to see what happens next because this could make or break the franchise in a lot of ways if this is true. If this is true and Wheeler has this type of negative light, how is it going to divide the locker? There's just so many questions. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below as always. Do you think any of this has any substance to it? Do you think any of it could be real about Wheeler being this bully? Do you think Scheifele is involved in it as much as they're saying he is? Let me know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. I will link the tweet. I will also, I'll link the tweet so you guys can read the comments and read it yourselves and see what you make your own opinions. But yeah, very interesting, very shocking news coming out of the Winnipeg Jets organization today, and I am not looking forward to seeing what happens because of this. Because if any slightly of this is true, the Jets could be in for a world of trouble moving forward this season. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Peace, love, positivity, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.